Hello, everyone. I am here with the cast of the Boulet Brothers Dragula season 666. Getting our interview started, we have Scylla. Scylla, I just want to say congratulations on making it to season 666 of the Boulet Brothers Dragula.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me. It's so nice to finally meet you and see your beautiful face. So I'm so excited for this.
Thank you. Thank you. I have been told that I have a face for podcasting, which generally an audio only medium. So I guess I'm not sure how to take that compliment, but
No,
we're
I think we
here.
need to do this live podcast a little more often and get the
Uh,
Boulets here too. Let's have all of you all dolled up every week.
Listen, the fans have been asking for it, and we have been saying that we're gonna do it for so long. But as you know, getting in drag is a lot of work, and you are painted today. Can you, for all of the new fans out there, and for also for all of your kind of classic fans, could you introduce yourself and just maybe tell us a little bit about your drag?
Of course. Hi, my name is Scylla. I'm Chicago's mythic monster. My drag is very inspired by just like fantasy, video games, kind of like that World of Warcraft, kind of realm where things aren't necessarily human. I kind of enjoy looking a little bit more like a sea monster or like an elf or like a troll than I ever would looking like I'm part of this natural world. So I feel like a lot of my looks are inspired by mythology and video games and just overall fantasy.
Nice. I mean, with a name like Scylla, immediately I get Greek mythology, and your promo was definitely giving a little bit of evil under the sea.
I wanted the girls swimming with the fishes, swimming, sleeping.
We love that. We have no officially just on the record, we have no ties to any sort of mob, mafia, anything like that, but we have been known to make some concrete heels every now and again. I am again, I'm living for this look. You're giving sort of night elf, Draenei, definitely I
Yes,
see the World of Warcraft. And even a little bit of like orc priestess with the nose contour.
you know me so
Oh,
well. See, you know the references. You're right here.
and, it helps to be a nerd, I think. So let's see, you've already kind of touched on this a little bit, but what inspires your drag?
What inspires me? I guess I'll start with just the idea of being a monster. I feel like I grew up in a very rural town, and when you grow up in a rural town as a very out and loud queer kid, you already are put in the monster category. So
Hmm.
I feel like, how we as gay people look at kind of supervillains and we see the things in them that the world doesn't quite necessarily see. That's how I feel about super monsters. And it all ties into the idea of just like we're freaks, let's embrace it.
Absolutely. Well, listen, you are definitely giving us freaky, queerdo, weirdo, and I love it. I love it. I think that this cast, no shade to any of our previous casts, but this cast is fierce. This cast is giving what it needs to give. All right, so let's kind of dig in a little bit to what made you want to compete on the Boulet Brothers Dragula. Have you been a fan for a long time, or kind of like what's your history with the show?
Yes, I've been a super fan of this show ever since I saw Vander Von Odd poured in blood on the first season.
Hmm.
That came out when I was like in high school. So that was my introduction to Dragula as somebody who already identified as a drag monster. So it kind of felt like this calling of like you need to chase this and you need to get what it takes you to get to this place. So I'm happy I get to compete now and show the world what I've been accumulating all over these years, leading up to
Yes.
this point. Because I feel like now is the time, and it's the perfect time of everything kind of aligning together. So
That's amazing. Well, I'm so excited and I cannot wait to see what you bring to the show, what you bring to the main stage, to the runway, to the laboratory. It's going to be really exciting. But speaking of being excited, what can we expect from this season of the Boulet Brothers Dragula?
oh my God, this season is so chaotic. Um,
Oh,
like in the best way though. Like everyone's personality is so out of the box and so out there. And I feel like in previous seasons you have, some people that are louder, some that are a little more quiet, and you kind of have those personalities colliding. This one, everyone's loud, everyone's obnoxious, everyone's fighting for attention. It's kind of a messy bloodbath, but it's gonna be fucking crazy to watch on TV. Can I swear? I'm sorry.
Swear it up, Diva. I mean, listen, and again,
Swear like a sailor. It's part of the brand.
there you go. Exactly. From the locker room to the deep blue sea, we are just two butt pirates.
Yeah, 100%.
Great. I mean, it's really exciting to hear that. I mean, from my time on season one all the way up through working on season five, we've seen a lot of different casts, and it's really exciting to hear that we might have a cast that's a little bit maybe closer to kind of season two vibes a little. I'm a reality TV kind of gal. Like, I love it messy, I love it chaotic. And I think coupled with the artistry that I know y'all are going to bring, I mean, I think we're going to get fed this season.
Yeah, not even to mention the scale of the looks this season. I don't want to spoil too much, but I
Oh,
mean, the personalities aren't the only thing that's out of this world chaotic. These looks have brought in this show to a whole new level of what to expect, and I fear for future seasons because they're gonna have to fucking. I don't even want to talk about future seasons right now. This is season 666, bitch. But this
yes.
floor shows, you're gonna be so gagged this year watching.
Oh my God, that is so exciting. I cannot wait. And I'm going to take your word on it. I'm going to take your word. So we shall see. Okay, so let's go a little bit deeper and maybe into a fantasy realm. What are you going to be buried with? And specifically, pick 3 items that you need to survive before you enter the laboratory on the Boulet Brothers Dragula.
Ooh, I like it. 3 items. Okay, definitely Mayron liquid white body paint. I use it in
Okay.
almost all of my looks. I feel like if your face doesn't match your ears, doesn't match your neck, doesn't match your shoulders,
Ooh.
something's wrong and it needs to be corrected. So number one, body paint. Um,
Hmm.
number two, sclera contacts.
Nice.
Because without them, you can't see underwater, or in hell, which is the Boulet Brothers Dragula.
Absolutely.
And then maybe a long pair of ears just so I can listen in on these bitches and what they have to say about me.
Do those help you hear better? Because I would think sometimes that it would
What?
be exactly. More on that later. Those are great. Those are great. I think full coverage body paint is absolutely a must. Sclera contacts are great. Don't let them be your downfall. I remember when Bitter Betty wore her sclera contacts for the first time on episode 1 of season 4, and they just popped right out of her eyes. And I thought, Diva, come on, mama.
There are a
But
lot of things that you might be able to do for the first time on the Boulet Brothers. Wearing sclera contacts is not one of them.
it's intense. I think
Yeah.
that people don't know the taco method is the thing.
Thank you. Yeah. I love when I have my acrylic nails done just so I can pry my eye open and put them in there. It's like my favorite little party trick.
I love the scleras that you've picked as well. Like, you don't see a lot of full red, and those look fantastic.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm getting into these like matching the color of my eyeliner with the sclera. I think it's a lot of fun.
Nice. Okay, so we're gonna kind of go into some like general horror stuff here. What is your favorite horror movie?
Oh, I've been obsessed with like anything that A24 has been putting out recently. Um,
Nice.
so I think if you gave me a long time to think about this, like hours of breaking it down and doing tier lists and everything, I could give you a
Mm-hmm.
real genuine answer. But just for now, I'm gonna say um X, like the newest series, the start of the series.
Absolutely.
Or
Okay.
or just like Juno, like with Michael Cera and
I mean,
that's
now
a
you're
whole
talking real horror at this
teen
point.
pregnancy is a horror movie for a lot of people. So
Absolutely. I like your picks are I think in the same world,
yeah,
X and Juno definitely give the same vibes. Absolutely.
that's what I thought too.
So, speaking of favorite horror movies, now, what is your favorite horror movie kill?
Okay, so this one, I don't know if this one exactly counts because the kill is like self-inflicted, but
Ooh,
have you ever seen The Fly, the original Fly?
yes, absolutely. We're
Where,
talking
you
David
know,
Cronenberg.
yes, one of my favorite horror movies, and also truly like a tragic romance. But
Yeah.
to answer your question, at the end, spoiler alert, when he comes
Ooh.
out and he has become this fully transformed, like no longer human, only fly, he hands the gun to his love interest, and he's basically
Hmm.
like, you have my permission to kill me, to put me out of my misery. And
Hmm.
it's beautiful and it's so romantic and it's really sad, but it's like such a cool kill because she just looks at him and she's like, bang.
Oh, I love that. I love The Fly. Brundlefly is great and real body horror. And I like that with your picks here. I'm starting to get the sense of a hopeless romantic grief horror kind of vibe that we're
Thank
gonna
you.
do.
Ian, you're flirting with me, I swear. Yeah, you know me so well. You
Stop.
know I'm a romantic.
I would follow you into the depths of the ocean anytime, Scylla. All right. Okay, let's see. So let's continue to play some favorites here. Let's play favorites. What
Okay.
is your favorite look from any competitor on a previous season of the Boulet Brothers Dragula?
My favorite look, the one that just sticks out in my mind, has got to be Hoso as the other mother. Um,
Yes.
so iconic, you instantly recognize it, and also when the show had those silhouette shots of the
Mm-hmm.
people coming on stage, her silhouette was just like perfect,
Oh
perfect.
yeah.
But I think, I mean, I my generation, I get it. Other Mother is so up my alley, and just I think she maybe should have won that challenge. There, I said it.
Ooh,
No
oh
shade to
my.
Astrid, she was very great too. But I have I love Other Mother, so.
Wow, wow. I like this. A little bit of spice coming in here, but no, I mean you're totally right. The other mother is amazing, and I think fans of Creatures of the Night will know that is a challenge that, I mean, of course, props to Astrid for winning, but we labored over that decision. And I think Swan is a huge fan of Coraline and of that look. So that was a tough judgment for the judges for sure. Let's get shady. Let's get shady. Let's go into the Cauldron. We'll have a couple of drinks here. What is your least favorite look from a previous competitor on the show?
Okay.
These are your siblings now, so get ready to fight.
Yeah. Well, I do love her to death, so I will say, it's got to be again season 4. My
Okay.
favorite episode of Dragula of all time is the Nosferatu beach party. I would
Yes,
die to
yes.
perform that with the cast. However, I will say because I love it so much, I feel really let down by Astrid. I don't
Ah,
mean I just brought her up last answer, but I don't. I just felt like she knows that's not her best look, and
hmm.
it's okay not to have amazing like you can have a non-perfect moment. So, she's an
Absolutely.
incredible artist, and I think that she makes so many cool things. So it's good to see somebody be humbled.
Wow, not how I thought that question was going to end, but perfect answer. And Astrid, we love you so much.
Yeah.
So let's talk fear, let's talk pain, let's talk exterminations. What extermination from a previous season would you die to avoid?
I would hate to do anything that is like physically violent.
Okay.
Also like the season 2 Majesty and Victoria, where they were like
The
bucking each other up. There
Thunderdome.
was like a tooth that was chipped. No,
Yep.
I'm not a good fighter. I would die.
You're a
So yeah,
spellcaster. You're not a barbarian, you're not a
exactly.
bruiser, you're a
I'm a
mage.
warlock. I should be in the background casting like fire spells. I'm not a melee. You get
Oh,
there.
minion mastery necromancer. I get it. I'm like, y'all go do that. I hear you. Okay, so let's see. Who is your ultimate horror icon?
Oh, can I say Scylla? Does that count? Is that a cop out
Sure.
answer? Because I
It,
mean,
it is, but
Scylla.
I love it.
Okay, fair. It's listen, it's part of a story. It's not necessarily a horror movie, but I feel like Scylla is the ultimate icon. She's known for being this beautiful, innocent little girl drowning in the ocean, and then when the sailors come and try to save her, she just turns into this giant beast of a monster and absolutely destroys them. And I think it's a perfect allegory for drag. So that's my
I,
cop-out answer.
you know what? I think that's amazing. I mean, that's also how I handle most of my grinder hookups. So again, we're very aligned on that, 100%. If you had to pick one of your fellow season 666 competitors to sacrifice so that you could get away from a psycho killer horror icon, who would you leave behind?
Um, I would probably leave Pie in the dust just because she knows how to talk a lot. So she will definitely
Oh,
distract the killer for a very, very, very long time.
wow. I love it. I can't wait for my interview with Pi. I'm going to bring this up.
Oh
All
yeah,
right.
well if you get a word in.
Oh, great. All right. So that wraps up our interview here. But before we go, where can fans find you on social media?
You can find me on every platform: Twitter, Instagram, TikTok at Scylla Cone. It's going to be SCYLLAKONE. And you can also find me on the Boulet Brothers Dragula, which is going to be on AMC Plus and Shudder October 1st. So be sure to tune in.
Thank you so much, Scylla. This has been an amazing interview. I'm so excited for the fans to get to know you, to get to see you on the show, and I cannot wait for season 666 of the Boulet Brothers Dragula. Thank you.